guys. This is the general reading for Gemini for February 2019. So this is for Gemini's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you have significant Venus in your chart, if you're a cross-watcher, meaning you're watching someone else's sign or videos for whatever reason, or if you're just drawn to that video. For a more complete picture, if this doesn't resonate with you, check out my other videos that are either out or coming out of your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever is significant in your chart, or if you're just drawn to that video. Energy is fluid, so some, none, or all of this may apply. This could have already happened. It could be happening now, or it could happen in the future. I could read it as you. It could be someone else. I could read it as work. It could be love. Just apply it to your life as necessary. Don't make it fit. If it doesn't, just leave it if it doesn't fit. Thank you so much also for you guys who, for one, just participating with my channel, and for liking, sharing, subscribing, hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. But even for the ones that have participated in like services, people have been donating. They ask about donations, and in case you're wondering about that, for reciprocation of energy or because it just touched you in some way, or helped you, all the information is in the description box below. My PayPal address, my email address, services. I do a chakra clearing and balancing, that I haven't added on there yet. So I do that as well. So all of it's there. Please read it all, including the disclaimer. A lot of people tend to just see my email address and then just email me. So of course I'll help guide you, but just read it first. It'll save me time. But then if you still have questions, of course, email me. Right now I'm running a special on if you get really any service, but I'm mostly promoting it for, if you get a tarot reading, like a live reading or a pre-recorded reading. But for the most part, like if you get a session or medical intuitive work or, energy work, anything, I'll put it with that too. So it doesn't matter. But you get a free chakra clearing and balancing session, which is great. I did it on myself the other day and I really worked. I kind of dug deep with it and went into my sacral chakra and cleared out a lot of energy, which is for like your creativity, your emotional space, your sexual space, and then others on top of it. And it was really amazing. Actually, I didn't realize how much heavy energy I held there and how much that actually weighed me down and actually made me more tired. And that, when your chakras are like out of balance or they're not, spinning in the right way and the right, I don't want to say frequency, that's not the right word, but it's sluggish or it's just not doing what it's supposed to be doing, it could really make you out of balance or really tired, because it's just wasting a lot of your energy, or you're spending a lot of energy trying to get it to do it. It's overcompensating. So anyways, you get that free, which you could either use now or anytime or whatever. But I'm just letting you know, but that's in the month of February of 2019. So you could pay for it now and use it anytime you want. Also, another thing that I'm doing just because, to help out people in case they are in kind of a pinch. Also my way of kind of giving back and gratitude to my subscribers and everything is, as of right now, every month going forward, I will be doing, everybody who leaves a comment, on the videos, whatever videos, but if you leave a comment at the end of the month, I will randomly select one of the people who leave a comment and you will get a free pre-recorded reading. So, you have nothing to lose, do it and you get in the running for a pre-recorded reading. But again, thank you so much for everybody who has helped with the services, the donations, and honestly, I'm finding other ways too to help out with the channel, even on my own end. But if you can't for some other reason, financially, at the very least, please like the video, Also subscribe and hit the bell, but at the very least like the video. It helps circulate the video and spread the message and all of that. And because any money that I do get from this, which is why the donations and the services and any money that I get from the channel, I use that money to go towards healing myself. And when I do that, I have to learn how to heal myself, which then in turn I use that to help heal other people. For instance, in March, I'll be getting my masters, like Master Reiki, Holy Fire Reiki. I've already started my shamanic training. We did the south direction. I'll be starting I believe it's west direction in April, and then it goes to the end of this year, and then it was delayed, but starting next year in 2020, I'll be doing plant spirit medicine. All of that I can also do distant or in person, so it's just helping and giving back to me. That's what I'm putting it towards, is this journey that I'm walking. So thank you very much. I think that's it. If I think of anything else, I'll say it, but sorry for the long intro, but just wanted to let you guys know. So, Geminis, I'm not sure where this falls to your guys' reading last month. So unless it becomes relevant to me in the reading, I'm going to try to keep this separate. I don't want it to alter my thoughts unless it needs to be, because I might be hitting a different group of Geminis. I don't feel like I am though, but we'll see. Let's just get started. Where you're sitting in your central position is you have the 10 of Wands. So yes, you're coming to the end of a cycle. Something's really burdensome. You want to let a lot of the weight down, which is funny. I was saying that with the chakra clearing, you know, about carrying so much weight and everything, and heavy energy, but she's like carrying all these wands uphill. I mean, even her cat is on her shoulder, like, girl, what are you doing? Like, it's trying to like stop her in a way from doing this. So I feel like you have a lot of burdens, or you're carrying a lot of burdens, and uphill on top of that. So you could be doing this needlessly, or you might be carrying the weight for a lot of other people. What's crossing you is you have the 3 of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. But in this Page of Pentacles, it's like this guy is just standing here watching. This girl just painted this yellow one. This one's holding 2 paint brushes and did the blue and the red. So I feel like, you know, you're doing more work than is necessary. And it could be because other people aren't, or you're just putting this on yourself. And you, like, I kind of got a vibe as I was laying the cards of having too many things going on, too many pots on the fire, or kettles on the fire, whatever it's called, and really needing to take a step back and prioritize, calm your mind, and really see things properly. Someone around you, you know, obviously could be not doing work, or they are, you know, they have a lot of people that they just like kind of watch what they do, let them do all the work, let them kind of go at each other, and you realizing this. So that is a possibility for some. I more get this like you're either doing more work than you should be, or carrying more burdens than you should be, and you need to speak up about this. So this could be like 50-50, like work, love, whatever. Or there's another part of this that I really got the vibe of, that you really want, or some Geminis really are wanting to go after something else. And do or focus on something different. But I'm not sure you're really saying anything about it. No, I don't think you are, because that's what's crossing here is the Three of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So I don't think you're saying anything about either what you know of a certain situation, that someone's you're either working harder than you should, or someone has more going on behind the scenes than they're letting on to you. And you're carrying the burden of this, like you know what's going on and you're not saying anything, or you have other desires and you're not saying anything. And because of that, I don't know, things are getting really hard for you, especially for a Gemini, honestly. For a Gemini not to say things, I think out of all or most of the signs, for a Gemini to have to be hush-hush for whatever reason, that sucks. You know, because that's like your first thing you want it to do is just like, and you're not. Which also shows in your foundation, you have the Fool card, and you have the Moon card, and you have the Ace of Wands. So clearly here's your new beginning that you're wanting, but with the Moon card, like you're not saying anything. I don't know if you're strategizing or if you're trying to find, you might be trying to find the best way to go about it. And you feel by not saying anything, it's the safest route for you. Gemini not saying anything. Because you want it to go off successfully. And you feel like if you say something, that it will possibly maybe ruin whatever you're working on or creating. This could actually tie into the thing last month, though, with you knowing maybe you need to get away and start over new, but you might have to find or finagle a way to go about it where it goes seamlessly or as seamlessly as it can, or, you know, works for your interest, basically, like the least repercussions possible. Hopefully the least repercussions for the other person, but so that might actually be why you're not saying anything and why you're carrying this burden. I don't understand really why she's going uphill. That could just be the picture, but I wonder in some way, is Gemini making it harder on themselves? What's Gemini making it harder on themselves? I have a feeling the way that you might be making it harder on yourself is that there's a little bit here mixed in, I think, with you're either not waiting to go for what you want until the other thing is done, or you're kind of still playing, which makes it harder and confuse you, and a lot going on, a lot of thoughts, a lot of plans, a lot to keep together, a lot not to say anything about. It's like almost like your little tics or habits or patterns. It's almost like, is Gemini thinking that they're smart enough to, now they know, they see what they have to do, but they can still play a little bit while they're slowly working their way out. you know, and no judgment if that's so. I mean, I think, I actually don't know if that works out because it, you know, where it ends here, you're still in the almost planning, strategizing, waiting part. So, just a little piece of advice, it seems like you're making things a little bit harder on yourself. Because I think either maybe you think you can handle it, or maybe subconsciously you're like, because you're not able to talk about it, that energy, like for everybody, but Geminis especially, my moon and my rising is Gemini. And I'm the type that if I either can't talk or communicate the way I want to, or I am not keeping my mind occupied in a healthy way and have a healthy creative outlet, I tend to, my mind doesn't do well idle, like sitting idle, to where I either get really anxious or I end up creating drama or scenarios in my head. Sometimes they go to play out. I usually stop them before they play out. But I noticed I was doing that. You know, that's why I've worked on creating healthier outlets, because I didn't want to do those things that kind of made things more difficult or sabotage things for me. So, you know, it could be you just, you know, wanting to have fun. I don't know. That kind of little, I don't want to say trickster energy, but, you know, that might as well play and have fun on your way out. You know what I mean? Type thing. And it also gets some of your energy out and kind of that little whatever, since you can't verbally get it out. I look at it as it's a release of energy. So if that's working for you, then whatever. But if not, piece of advice, you may want to find a healthier outlet for this energy that you're not able to express right now. Because it seems like, I don't know, it seems like you've got a lot going on, and I don't think you need that much going on. You're kind of doing things and making it harder on yourself and doing things that could sting you. Kind of. So, just piece of advice. But yeah, so the foundation here is new beginning, new creative or sexual or passionate or just whatever action-based beginning. And you're not saying anything about it. I feel like for a lot of you, whether it's a creative thing or work or whatever, there's that. If this is a person, there seems to be a lot coming up here about fire signs. So someone with a fire energy, or someone that could be, there's a lot of Aries and Leo especially coming up, but it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or any sign. But there just seems to be a lot of fire. So somebody who's a fire sign or fiery energy, action taking, passionate, enthusiastic type energy. Some of you maybe even like planning either you getting with that person or planning the escape to them or planning the new beginning with them. But like I said, you're really not saying anything about it, and you're waiting for that ship to come in or that to set. In the recent past, there may have been some difficulty with this though, or with somebody. You have the Five of Swords. So here's, you know, conflict, you know, could be somebody wanting to win just to win, or say things just to say them and hurt. I get with this one though, like somebody is doing what they want. And it's causing conflict with other people. Or you're the one doing what you want or whatever. But like if you look, out of these three witches, one of them is doing stuff and they're maneuvering all of these swords, daggers, knives, whatever. And the other two are like they're not happy that she's doing it. I'm not sure why. Or maybe someone doesn't like that you're doing something successful. That you're doing something different or something that's working out for you. Maybe somebody's wanting to keep you down or sabotage you or whatever, but they don't like that you're doing something successful or that you're changing or you're just doing something different. But you are. You're wanting to do something different. And it's a problem to these other people. This other person, these other people, this other situation. Yeah, like they don't like it to where they may want to squander what you have going on or affect it in some way or just complicate things because of it, act really bothered by it, or just try to intervene in some way. It doesn't really look in this thing like she's doing anything wrong. It's like she's successfully showing them something and doing some type of magic or something. And they're like, oh my God, like, I mean, I could be missing something, but there's really no reason why they should be upset at what she's doing. Unless they're just hating or like jealous or it affects them in a way they don't like. Like it doesn't work for their benefit. So maybe you had difficulty doing this and doing what you wanted to do and succeeding because it doesn't really make sense. Like what's crossing you, unless that's your burden that you're carrying, is you trying to do what you want to do. And that's why it's a burden, is because you either need to do something different and speak up and do, your thing, express yourself creatively and all that. Or you are, and that is why you are burdened right now, having to work harder. And you feel like you're in an uphill battle because you're just simply trying to do you, express yourself, just do the things you want to do. And it always seems like, I don't know, I don't want to play a victim thing for other people, but, that, and you could just flip-flop this as necessary. I'm going to read it as you. That I don't think other people like what you're able to do. Let's just say it like that. You're doing something, I don't want to say extraordinary or a little bit more extraordinary because they could possibly do it too. But either way, I get this vibe like you've got some haters around you. A hater or some haters. And you're wanting to really like come into your own, express yourself. Like maybe that was another thing because that was something for the last reading, like really wanting to go do your thing, express yourself, focus on you. Apparently it's paying off. Whatever work you had, like in that last card, that was the Sun card where you're focused on you and your health and getting to know yourself and connecting to above in alignment with all your stuff and your creativity. Apparently it's coming through because you're starting to shine, I think. You're starting to do your thing and other people are noticing. And I almost get this vibe like it's made things harder on you. Like you've set a new standard. You know what I mean? And people aren't liking it because now they've either got to accept that they're not up to par, or now they've got to take responsibility to get up to par themselves. It's like you're having like you're setting a standard that people are having a hard time meeting, or they're really mad that now they've got to meet that standard. Like that person in the office or that student or whatever that like did so good, or just you know, people want to go in there and just do what they do and go home. They don't want to put a lot into it, but you're in doing it. It's fun, it's creative, and it's effortless. And now they're like, they really don't want to put that much into it. And now it's like, for some reason, they have to. And also, I think this moon in your foundation could be like, because you're on your new spiritual journey with the Fool and the Ace of Wands doing new things. And with this moon card, it's like you've really tapped into yourself, into your subconscious, into that inner stuff. And like you're even like seeing yourself, you know, as amazing. Like this cat sees himself as a panther. And you're, I don't know, you're just feeling like, I don't want to say larger than life, like everything's like amazing, but you're definitely expanding. And you're definitely growing because you're really seeing yourself, and hopefully not in a big-headed way or a narcissistic way, but you're really liking yourself right now and what you're becoming and what you're growing into, and you see your capabilities and your power, to say the least. You see the god or goddess within, I guess. But whatever. In your crowning position, you have the King of Wands. So, on one hand, I feel like this might be obviously you in your creative, action-based, passionate endeavor. And you know, you're learning and teaching things. Like she's trying to teach these people. Like instead of them looking at things from the positive side, like, wow, how'd you do that? They're like hating on her. You know what I mean? It's stupid. But you could be teaching people that possibly are unteachable or they're not ready. But I also get this as somebody that you're focused on. Like I said, I think there's somebody that you kind of have, somebody or some situation, project, whatever, that you have your eye on, that is kind of just as passionate as you and what you're kind of riding with right now, that energy that's flowing with you. He has a very similar energy or complementary energy to yours. If this is somebody else, tell me about this King of Wands. Hopefully he's not married or she's not married. So guys, hopefully not. Let me see something. I'm not sure. This might be in that thing that's not, that might come back to sting you. Let me, I want to dig into this energy a little bit more. So give me a second. Because as of right now, I'm not liking the energy that's coming up. There's a very unloyal, unfaithful, childlike energy. Maybe this is somebody you're having a problem with. Whatever you're building with them is not going to be successful. or trying to build or focus on or whatever is not going to be successful. Yeah, because even like, again, 5 of Swords. So I'm almost wondering, are you having this 5 of Swords energy with this King of Wands energy? Tell me a little bit about it, this King of Wands energy. I think, Geminis, what are you doing? I think that this King of Wands is going to be trouble to you. Like, they're either married or they have kids or they're involved with other people. I do not see this being something that's lucrative for you. I really don't. And I mean, just everything that's coming up is just not good. I mean, I don't know if they ever will be, but what's the possible future with this King of Wands energy with the Gemini? Even if it comes together, I don't think it stays together. Is this the same person that was in the last reading? What was it in that reading? I can't remember. I can't remember if it was the Emperor or not, but please don't sabotage yourself, guys. So some of you might have been having the other situation I was saying, that you are actually doing your stuff and people are hating on you. This person could even be hating on you. But this burden that you're carrying is about the situation with this person. And you might also have other people going on, but they're your main one. But you're not this person's main one. But they're just watching between you and somebody else. And it's just, I almost get this, I don't know if it's narcissistic, but narcissistic trait vibe, conflict. Your likely future is the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, and the Star. So it's like, and this Star for me has like a very magician vibe, but you're trying to keep hope and faith, but you're trying to, you're waiting with this 3 of Wands, but this 3 of Wands, like she's trying to manifest, like see with her wand. And then the Star has like the magician vibe, which you also have the magician in your hopes and fears. You're trying to manifest this in, or to where you want it to be. This situation or person or whatever. And I'm not totally really sure or convinced that, about the likely future. Yeah, that it's the best thing for you. I think you're stuck, and I think no matter what, you're going to stay stuck. I mean, you are trying to figure out a way to make this situation work for you and become stable, like your Four of Wands. I mean, I can't say, like, hit me up for a private reading because this is general. So some people's this might work, some it might not. It's not looking good, though. So if you want to know more about, does this energy apply to you, what might happen with it, blocks, how to help it, or whatever. But it's not looking that good. How you see yourself is you have the Wheel of Fortune and you have the Eight of Pentacles. So again, you're really concocting some stuff. You're really planning here. And you're trying to, like, create balance or a foundation. The environment's energy, which, I mean, some people, you could be this King of Wands. But I feel for a lot of you that that's what you're focusing on, is the King of Wands. That's what's in your thoughts. And that's what you want this new beginning with down here in your foundation, that you're not, it's a secret, you're not saying anything about. And you could be looking at it wrong too and imagining it as better than it really is. But their energy is coming up as the Page of Pentacles, which means, you know, yeah, they could be on a new journey or learning new things, but they're not really offering very much. And almost what drew me to this card, which it never has before, is him throwing this coin in the air. And to me, I get this vibe. It's like them, like, you know, and they're flipping for it. Like, taking a chance. What chance do I take? Like, they're not really invested in anything. They're so open to whatever that they're like, they'll flip a coin to see their path, their options or path going forward. Like, that's how invested they seem to be. So, but how they view you is the Six of Wands. So that you get a lot of attention, or you like a lot of attention, or, you know, you're victorious. Which is probably them over there giving you trouble. Like, as you're showing them things you're doing. I just don't think they have your best interests at heart. I think they honestly could care less. I don't think they're invested. Whatever the situation or person is, they're not invested. They could take it or leave it. They are so invested, they'll flip a coin to figure out what decision they're going to make. And I do think they see you as victorious and successful and getting a lot of attention, but I don't really think they like it. I mean, I don't think they're that invested where they totally care, but they don't really like it. And probably because they're a little bit narcissistic and they want it to be for themselves. Why don't they like you getting attention? Yeah, it's pretty much what I described. They're just anxious. They have secrets themselves. They're not really like honest. They don't like other people to feel that they're stronger or better or more powerful than them. They have to be, if there's an ego thing going on, they have to be the only ones that are. You're never going to be able to shine around this person. You're never going to be able to grow around this person. You're never going to be able to truly grow and build and find out who you are. You're always going to be placed and knocked down and trying to be put in their shadows. And especially the reason they need to keep you there is because they're coming up as the Page of Pentacles. Why you're thinking they're the King of Wands, I don't really know. I mean, maybe besides their sign or something, but I think you're projecting some of your own traits onto them. Why is Gemini seeing them as the King of Wands? You're just not seeing things correctly. Like, you don't have proper things to compare this person to. I think there's some type of, like, conditioning going on here or something. Like, you're not even seeing yourself properly, which makes sense that you can't even see them properly. I think you're starting to get it. I think you're starting to try to grow. And you're probably in this thing like, oh, that's cool. You know, now you've learned, like, you can just, like, help them and they'll see you do it. And you guys will just be happy and grow and hop on this, like, journey to the betterment of everybody together. And it's like, no, you're not seeing this correctly. Like, you've got another thing coming. They're not going to hop on your bandwagon. That's not what they're about. Chances are you're with somebody who's either a narcissist or has very strong narcissistic tendencies. So, you better either knock yourself back down if you want to stay with this person. I don't recommend that. Or you let this go. Or at the very least stand up for yourself and then just take whatever repercussions come. You know, if it ends up not working out, well then fine. You saved yourself some crap. They showed themselves who they were. I mean, that's honestly how you can, it's like the last thing most people do, but it's the first thing they should do, is just be themselves. Because when you're yourself, it naturally weeds out the people who are not supposed to be in your life. Because if not, what ends up happening is you spend years abandoning who you are and forgetting who you are, and that takes repercussions on your health, your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, anxiety, depression, like all of that. And you got to do, like, if you could find your way back, you've got to do all this work to find your way back. And usually they end up leaving you because you become so depleted and so not you, and so codependent, that now they're looking at you like, you have nothing to offer me. Why am I with you? That's probably why this dude right here is flipping a coin to see where he should go. Maybe that's you. I don't know. Apply this as necessary. But it doesn't work anyways. That's where you end up resentful. Now you've got way much more karma. Now you've got stuff to work through. Inner child work, shadow work, especially for a Gemini with, like, that are so aware of their twins and everything. It doesn't work because just of the way it goes and the pattern. And your best bet is to stand up for yourself, and they either end up liking it and they grow with you, because most of these people anyways, like, they don't really want people to, like, they want people to do what they want them to do, but they don't at the same time. Because on one hand, they want them to get what they want, but then they end up resenting them and thinking they're, like, weak. And that doesn't uphold their image very well and all that. So it doesn't work either way. You might as well be yourself from the get-go, and they either evolve and they're with you, or they're not, and then someone else of your vibration comes in because you're being you. This sucks. What's in your hopes and fears is you have the Magician. So you're wanting to create something. Maybe you're feeling them as the Magician. So on a lighter note, maybe some of you are, going after something creatively, or a King of Wands or something, and you're waiting for it, and you're working on changing things, and you're trying to figure out how to do that, the best way to go about. But for the most part, most of you guys, there is some type of not seeing something properly here. In your likely outcome, you have the Hangman and you have the Six of Pentacles. I don't know, from yours, would it be? I don't know. I'm going to like this. So, clarifying the Hangman is the Two of Wands, but see here again, trying to put some stuff together. And then to clarify the Six of Pentacles, there's the Sun and the Page of Swords. And this, and that's not, I don't think, what happened. I think the Hangman is you trying to figure out how to get that, which is like, that's what's crossing you too. Like, pretty much this Sun and Page of Swords, Knave of Swords right here is like pretty much the same energy as what's crossing you right here, the block of the crossing as the Three of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. It has exactly the same energy. So this is like a stuck situation, because in your likely future, Two of Cups, Three of Wands, the Star, like, you're still waiting, trying to manifest, hoping, all that. In your likely outcome, you're still waiting, stuck, and trying to figure out how to create that balance and that happiness and that working together and that idea, speaking up, doing all that stuff. And it's like you're putting that call out. Like, here's you trying to manifest it. You're trying to figure out how to manifest it and bring, like, the togetherness, the happiness, the whole family idea. And, like, here's her, like, with a kite on there, and there's a picture of the fairy. Here's the fairy. Like, you're trying to figure out how to make it happen, or to call them in and bring that energy and keep it of happiness together, family, gathering. And maybe even praying or putting that call out for assistance with it. But I don't see this as good. Like, even at the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Pentacles, but right under it, you have the Nine of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the Emperor, Nine of Pentacles, the Devil, High Priestess, Ten of Swords. That's like horrible energy right there. The Emperor, Nine of Pentacles, like, they have a single worrying about themselves mind frame. The Devil energy, High Priestess, Secrets, Ten of Swords, the Chariot, like, which way do I go? They don't know. They're flipping a coin, but they're always on to the next thing. Nothing can ever keep their attention. Just kind of fighty energy with the Knight of Swords, Three of Cups, Two of Wands, Nine of Swords. It's just, it's not good energy. And you really want it. Like, at first I was like, oh, wow, like, they really want something. What's going on here? And because you have Seashell Princess. And I'll read this to you. Go after your heart's desire. I really feel like it's the opposite one. I'll read both just in case, but go after your heart's desire. There is a dream stirring in your heart that needs attention. You have felt drawn to follow and nurture it, but you are having trouble letting go of practical considerations and diving into the unknown. Know, however, that while many people reach for the stars, only the passionate actually climb up and grab them. Look inside yourself and rediscover the dream that has been buried under the trappings of day-to-day considerations and obligations. Reimagine the ideal life you longed for in years past and write down the details. Put it down on paper and make a commitment to your younger self to strive and dream once again. I really feel like you need to like fast here, or like get away from some energies to get in your own energy and your own thought process. You have ideal course of action, like you're sitting here trying to figure out like how to get to this empire, illumination, love matters, inner truth, gratitude, appreciation, make a decision, leap of faith. I think you're being asked to look at other possibilities here. I mean, yeah. Like you have caring connections, woman holding a heart, the sacral chakra, which is exactly what I was talking about, creativity, sexuality, emotions, the sun. So you're getting a lot of these fiery cards, adjacent possibilities, seeing other possibilities, door to spirit, taking action, door to personal happiness, balance, like going a different route towards your happiness. Like this is going to backfire on you. You have the garden and the gate. She's stuck inside. She wonders what's outside of there, but she's scared. Then after that, you have walking away out of the gate. Contract. Angel of strength. But, so let's read your animal spirit cards, which now I think they actually make sense, more sense to me. You have a rabbit, afraid of everything, overwhelmed, frozen. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it, so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, O rabbit, then shape your destiny. When in balance, you're sensitive, problem solver, good listener. When out of balance, over-explains, talks fast. To bring into balance, a day of silence. That's what I'm saying, like, more than a day though. Like, I think you should get away from this energy and heal. It will be uncomfortable. There is going to be habits and patterns and kind of addictive type tendencies. That itchy thing that comes up, work through it, because there is some type of thought process or illusion going on here you're not seeing. I just think it's going to turn around and bite you. Not in a good way. And then you have dragonfly, matter of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder in all. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it is worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Exactly. Is it restless or still? Dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, sees clearly, joyful, magical. When out of balance, can't concentrate, busy mind. To bring into balance, focus on the breath. You need to do things to calm your mind. You're not seeing things properly here. So as far as for your soul journey cards, you got the 7 of Scrolls and the 2 of Stones, which I'm not going to read. You actually got 2 more too, the 4 of Scrolls and the Poet, but I'm only going to read one of them. This one is about making a decision and using your intuition and creativity also to make that decision. But knowing creativity meaning that you can go about things in a different way, which is kind of what I was hitting on in the beginning, that you may be trying to figure out, and that may be why you're not saying anything. Is because you're trying to carefully maneuver your way out to where things are work in your favor. So I don't know if you're leaving a situation and planning on going to another one, but if you are, whether this is a job or a person, I don't think whoever you're planning on going to, I don't think it's great. I don't know if like you're jumping or whatever. I don't know, but it's not going to work out good. It's not in your best interest. No, if you want to know for sure, I mean, hit me up for a reading. This is a general reading. So if you want to know more about this other person's energy, whether this applies to you, you know, help you make a more informed decision on what investment to make, hit me up, please, for a personal reading. The information is in the description box below. Which also you get a free chakra clearing, which apparently you might need work on your sacral chakra too. But needing at the very least to make a decision and not re-strategizing and using your intuition and not being impulsive about it. I am going to read the 2 of Stones, which is the 2 of Pentacles. This is what it looks like. So like the bear is going from this thing, about to go over here. Cards number 2 in tarot about maintaining balance and making patient, well-discerning choices. This idea is perfectly symbolized by the bear that appears to be carefully considering his next step. In only a few moments' time, informed instinct and intuition will likely take control and the bear will jump or retreat. So what informs intuition? Memory, for certain, is one factor. Logic and past experience are others. The bear uses all 3. In Chrysalis Tarot, we focus on another factor called synchronicity that goes hand in hand with intuition. A shaman, the most intuitive of humans, considers many things before making a decision. The flight path of birds, the sounds heard in nature, recognizing both patterns and disrupted patterns. All impart spiritual significance and meaning. All help avoid impulse, which more often than not will result in poor decisions. In a reading, the bear points to instinct, intuition, and impulse as you consider your next step. This bear has emerged from hibernation. You can almost hear the frozen ice crackle in protest to the springtime sun. Hibernation symbolizes the unconscious mind and introspection, which is exactly what I was saying about needing to take time away to be able to see things clearly. The bear invites you to pay close attention to your surroundings for telltale signs of synchronicity. Allow these signs to consider your thoughts and influence your decisions, and by all means, opt for patience and resist acting impulsively. That's a deep raven, I don't know, the bear must cross. And then the other two, I'm not going to read them, but you have the poet, King of Scrolls, and Four of Scrolls. The scrolls are swords. So you have the King of Swords and you have the Four of Swords. So in King of Swords is about making a decision too, like an informed decision, knowing like they're decisive, they like know. And the Four of Swords is like taking a rest, taking a retreat. You know, exactly like what this Two of Pentacles is about, and the hibernation with the bear. You need to pull back and reevaluate, look at what you're doing. Don't be impulsive. Look at the patterns that you're going off of. You may need to do some like wound work, inner child work, shadow work, integrative work, because there's a pattern that is continuing here. I don't think I don't know if it's necessarily your best, thing to do what you're doing or what you're in now, but I don't know if there's a bear. Might be Earth. Yeah. So, the bear is about waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. He knows it's time to awaken and move forward in dawning light. An individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of the spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and the journey of transformation begins. And for craps and giggles, let's just see something. Yeah, okay, so it's about introspection. So you really need to pull back on this. Whatever you're planning, whatever you're doing, whatever you're investing your time into, and all of that, there is reevaluation that needs to be had. You're not seeing things correctly. And you're not seeing this person or situation's energy either. It's not good. So I know you gotta get down. Have sexual energy. An influx of sexual energy is coming your way. Embracing both masculine and feminine aspects of the self creates wholeness. It is safe for you to express your sexuality in whatever way you choose, provided you do so lovingly. Please make the best decisions for yourself. And honestly, what I figured out, because this happened to me when I had my awakening. I'm not saying you're on an awakening, you might, especially since the bear was in a lot of ways about an awakening, but sexual energy and creative energy are the same energy. So it might be time to, while you're doing some internal work and you're growing and you're learning things about yourself, take that creative sexual energy and create with it. I'm not saying it's bad to have sex or do any of that or whatever, but don't put yourself into situations that aren't good for you, and just keep doing the same things over and over again. This is about evolution. So doing things in a healthier way for you and just creating healthy outlets. I don't know if that's what kind of got you into this, or if that's... I just really get this vibe that a lot of Geminis need to learn how to create healthy outlets for you. If you want to learn to grow and evolve and do all that stuff, Geminis is one of the biggest signs that absolutely needs to create a healthy outlet for their creativity and for their minds. With Mercury ruling that, and it's a very, you know, obviously communication and thinking and all of that, but it's an anxious energy. It's a very, you know, especially considering like with Virgo, yeah, it's in their mind too, but it's more in their body, their physical being as an earth sign, in their mind too, but they mostly feel it more. That's a little bit why they're more agitated a lot of times, or they can be. Where with Geminis, they can be agitated too, but theirs is more in a racy mind, communicative, like, you know, and they get bored easily and like bounce all over the place, and just, it's just not good and it's not grounded. So, really work on creating healthy creative outlets for yourself. If you're wanting to transform and evolve, basically, and do things in a better way for yourself, because if not, you're always going to be stuck with the same things that you do. Like, this is a pattern you're in. Give me a piece of advice for Gemini. Yeah, clearing. Exactly. You have clearing. Clear the clutter. When in doubt, throw it out. Yup. And who knows, that might even spark an awakening in you. Or you might find, as you remove those things that you normally do, because you're like, oh God, I do have a pattern, I need to clear this out, blah, blah, blah. That makes you set boundaries too. You might have to set boundaries with this, especially with either this person or some other person. I feel like there's multiple people, not only around you, but around this other person. Which is why you might need to be like, we're planning your escape to some degree and go into something else, and that's not a good idea. But as you get to do that and you're backing away, you feel your sexual energy coming up, because you're either not doing stuff with people or you're not letting go of that energy. Please work on reforming that and changing the way you look at that. If you need help with that, please hit me up and let me know. I had to do that myself. That's one of the reasons I have this channel, because I found my mind not going to good places and just not working in my best interest. You know, once you see the things you're doing, and you see more of them as you go on the path, but once you see what you're doing, you get caught in that middle place where you're like, well, damn, you know, I can't go do that anymore. I mean, I guess you can just be in alignment with it, but I didn't want to do it anymore. And so I stopped what I was doing, but then I didn't have any healthy thing to replace it with. So my mind instantly started racing, anxiety started getting worse, things started getting really dark. It just was not good. It was, in a way, it led me to this, but I had to find something else to do. My mind was not a good mind to sit idle. There was a lot of just creative energy that was flowing and going. Geminis are one of the most creative signs. So I guess have a decision, you know, how do you want to keep using that energy for the most part? Like, is the way you're doing it now benefiting you, or do you want to use it in something that is a better investment for you in the long run? Most people don't think about it like that. Like, they don't realize that it's a creative energy, but it absolutely is. And when we're young, when we're like teenagers or younger, you're exploring your body. So most people intuitively or just naturally, not intuitively, but instinctually or, just animalistically go to that. But when people evolve, they then know how to take that energy and realize that it's a creative energy. But you can still have fun sexually. I'm not saying you can't, but you get what I'm saying. Like, use it for other healthy things and explore yourself, expand yourself, like grow. That's going to get you the partner that you want. That's going to get you the alignment that you want. That's going to give you the life, the career, the hobby, the whatever that you want. The expression, the self-expression. I mean, Geminis are all about self-expression. And it helps you with that. So I'm going to stop hammering that in. And I think I'm going to leave that here. Well, let me pull one from this. And I'll pull one from this other deck because I could see it when I was shuffling. Yeah, like look what's inside you. And you had come up the feminine energy. So that's funny. You actually do have the sexuality, the bear with the awakening thing, and the feminine. Some of you might have awakenings. But, evolution. And then you have high priestess, high priest, like responsibility. Like, it's your responsibility to evolve right now and grow. So I think that's why I'm guided to say all this stuff to you. It also has the balance, if you look too, between like the light and the shadow. So it's your responsibility to look into yourself and do the shadow work and integrate that. Which is also about the security, like going within your house, which is funny because right under it. So this is about going within and looking within in the security of your house, which inside you. And then right after that, you have union. So not only is it externally, but this is about integration work and coming together, working on your foundation, which is funny actually, because there's security, union, initiation, foundation, and then masculine, and you have feminine over here. However, there is clearance right after masculine. But either way, integration work is what it's saying. One of the best cards for Gemini. Surrender and go with the flow. Like, I don't think you should keep trying to like create stuff here. Just learn and be in your own energy. And it is going to be anxious, I'm not going to lie, especially with an energy like Gemini. Because you're going to have to look at a lot of your old patterns and what you're doing and your old ways and your habits and everything. But it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to get better though. What you're doing now is instant gratification. It's good for a minute and then it sucks and gets worse. Doing this sucks a little bit more at first, but then it gets better. It's a very addictive pattern actually. Whether or not you have to go with the instant gratification and the impulsiveness, or whether or not you can ride out that uncomfortability and then change and transform and then let it rise. So it's up to you. I love you guys. I hope this has helped. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe and hit the bell. Don't forget to check out the description box below. PayPal information, email information, services and price information. Also, I have a chakra clearing and balancing service. I haven't added up there yet. That's awesome. And don't forget the special with a reading. You get that free. And please don't forget to comment for at the end of the month I randomly pull and somebody gets a free pre-recorded reading. So thank you so much. I love you guys. I hope this really helps you. I'm really confused on this. I think it does pertain to the last reading. I don't know if you guys are trying to set up an escape plan from the other situation you were in, or if this is still the same person. Either way, whatever you were planning on doing, scratch that and go in hermit hibernation mode. You've got some internal work and analyzing to do. Hit me up if you need help, please. I love you guys, and thank you for everything. I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.